Hi again, it's Margie from Bumbles and Fairy Tales, and I am here with a tag. I know, can you believe it? I kind of think this is my first one. It's definitely the first one for this year. I may have done one when I first started booktubing, but it's been so long I can't remember, so I'm kind of new at these tags, so bear with me. I saw the name game book tag on Moro's channel, and the originator of the tag is from KimberlysBookNook, so I'll link them down below so you can check them out. My name, my legal name is actually Margarita. Yes, I know, I go by Margie because it's just easier to say and easier to remember, but yeah, my name is Margarita, just like the drink. Yes, it is. Let's joke start right now. I'll give you a minute. Go ahead. Laugh it off. Now I'll share my books that I picked out using my name. So, turns out the first book for the letter M is the only M book that I own, so I had no choice but to use it. And that's Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I love the cover anyway, so I probably would have used it anyway. I haven't read it yet, but we can tell from the title already of what it may be about. So that's my letter M. For the letter A, I chose an adult book, and Austensibly Ordinary by Alyssa Goodnight. This came out back in late January. I didn't get to finish reading this one yet. Some things got in the way, so I hope to get back to this soon because I did promise to review and I feel really badly about it. So this is why I chose this book as my first A. It's a really sweet read so far. I'm about halfway through. So if you're looking for something that's obviously Austen related, please check Alyssa Goodnight's books out. And then for the letter R, I chose Revenge of the Girl with the Great Personality by Elizabeth Eulberg. Another one I haven't read yet because I only got it like a week or two ago, but I love the cover and I love the whole story behind this one. This is about a girl who has a great personality, but she doesn't necessarily have the full look yet, and she's tired of being overlooked, and her sister always coming first in everybody's attention, so she decides to take matters into her own hands and join in on the beauty game, so she's not only going to have the look, but the personality too. So it sounds like a really fun revenge kind of book, and I look forward to reading it really soon. For the letter G, I chose Glimmer by Phoebe Kanatis. This one is really good. I really liked it and highly recommend it. This is about a girl who wakes up and she has amnesia. She has no idea how she got to where she is and why she's in the situation that she's in. The person that she finds in the room with her also has amnesia, so he has no idea who he is or what is going on either. And they decide to, well, they have no choice but to pair up and figure out what happened to them and what is going on in the town they live in. There's ghosts involved, lots of mystery, a little bit of action. It is a slow start, but as the story moves along, it does pick up, and the suspense is just really there. So I highly recommend reading this one soon. For the next letter, A, I chose Amplified by Tara Kelly. This is about a privileged girl who decides that she doesn't want to go to college, so her dad kicks her out of the house and gives her nothing. So she has no choice but to grab her savings and decides to just try to make it out on her own, and she's determined to become a musician, so she heads out to California. And she finds the perfect room with the perfect roommates, and she's determined to convince these roommates that she'd be the perfect bandmate too. The only problem is that she has stage fright, and obviously one of the band members is giving her a really hard time, thinking that this privileged girl can no way hack it in the world of struggling and trying to do what needs to be done in order to make it. It sounds like a great read. I haven't read it yet. The arc was actually back to me a while ago, and I'm hoping this summer to really catch up on a lot of books that I've had just sitting there for a while, so I can recycle them and give them away too. So for the next letter in my name is R. I chose Revel by Marissa Gabord. And Revel is about a girl who decides to look into her mother's family. Her mother's passed away, and she wants to find out more about her history. And her mother is actually from this island somewhere that's not even like on the maps yet. and it turns out that she discovers that a lot of things that are going on this island. There are monsters roaming about, and I guess there's a little bit of a mystery going on, and she soon discovers that not many people make it off the island. So it sounds really intriguing and mysterious, and I wonder what kind of monsters are on here. So I just got this one about 2 weeks ago, and I can't wait to really dive into it because it sounds so good. Next letter I chose The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. I started reading this, I got like maybe 80% done, and then I couldn't finish it. It was just that, it was just me. It wasn't like it was a bad read or anything. I just got to a certain point where I wasn't in the mood for this kind of a read. So I'm hoping to reread this within the next week or two because I know that the next book is coming out soon. The next letter, T, I chose one of my all-time favorite books, which is Tiger Lily by Joey Lynn Anderson. It's kind of like a prequel to Peter Pan. We see Tiger Lily's point of view of what happens before the actual story of Peter Pan with Wendy. My heart broke for her, although she had a very bittersweet ending. I highly recommend this, especially if you're a huge Peter Pan fan. And the last book that I chose for letter A is Above by Leah Bobet. The reason why I chose this book is because it has a bee girl on the cover, and one of the characters obviously is a bee girl. She turns into a bee. I'm not sure exactly how. This book is really hard to get into. As much as I wanted to love this, I only got about a quarter of a way through. They've developed like their own language, so they're using like normal words in place of other words because they've taken the English language and they've kind of manipulated it a little bit into something else. So it's a little hard to understand, it's a little hard to follow, but I know that it's kind of good so far. I just need the time to really sit and concentrate. So I'm thinking this is a read where you kind of like have to dedicate some time to. You can't just like read through it and be done with it. You really need to concentrate and fully understand their language and what is happening above and below, because the characters actually live below, and above is just overtaken by things that don't like people that are different. So I'm hoping that I can get to this one during the summer too. And that's it. Those are all the books that I chose. I'm going to be on the lookout for any books that start with the letter M because, like I said, out of all the books I have, there was only one that started with the letter M, and that's just not right. So if you guys have any M books recommendations, please leave them down below. I would love to hear what other titles are out there that start with the letter M, and whoever hasn't done the tag, wants to do the tag, go ahead and do the tag. I hope to see some of you do it now too, and that's it. Happy reading, guys. I'll see you around.